How to scale content creation easy. Hey guys, welcome back to the YouTube channel. In this video, I'm going to be showing you how you can scale your content creation process. So let's get into it. Now, we all know that social media and other platforms are amazing for content creation, but there are different ways that you can expand your content and get more sales. Now, with any business, one of the top priorities is definitely to get sales. If I have this accessories page over here, this bag page, what I am going to be focusing on when I'm creating content for this is to generate as many sales and conversions that I can. Now, there are many other ways that you can make money with content creation, such as advertisements. So if you're on a platform like blogger.com, so if you're writing articles on Blogger, if you're making TikToks, if you're making any kind of content, then you need to scale it appropriately and accordingly, because if you have a bottleneck in your system, that won't enable you to generate as much revenue as you might have expected initially. So for that purpose, let's say if you're writing a blog, what are some of the important steps you need to follow to be able to write and manage your content in a sufficient way? Now, sometimes if we take a look at blogger.com and we have a article writing, let's say you began a blog, and once you begin a blog, let's say you started to write good blogs, and after maybe 3 months, now you have a larger audience and they're demanding more content. How do you expand the content? You might want to hire someone else, you might want outside help, but how do you do that entire process? Well, it is a step-by-step process, and the first thing you need to understand is before a customer or a person actually interacts with your content or purchases this item, they need to have at 6 to 8 interactions. What this basically means is that before a person actually decides to buy this bag over here, they need at least 6 to 8 interactions with this bag, which might mean in the form of other content, in the form of social media content, in the form of advertisements, or from word of mouth. So this is why it's so important to have more content regarding your items, products, or your overall brand out there. So for that, the first step you need to do is to break down your process into steps. So if it is a article, if it is just even a brand and how you're looking to create content for your brand, then you need to break it down into tiny steps. Let's say if I have this bag brand and now people are demanding me to create more designs on my brand, what I'm going to do is I'm going to break down what are these steps. So let's say for the bag process, first off, I have my suppliers, I have where I get all of the hardware from, I have the tanning processes, I have how I cut these bags, how I stitch these bags, or if I'm sourcing the bags from somewhere else, what is my relationship with the suppliers, how I am managing that, how long does it take to deliver these bags to me, how long does it take for me to ship these bags to my customers. So you have to break it down into tiny steps. It's the same with any kind of blog as well. Then you're going to move on to the second step, which is to create a content calendar. So there are many different content calendars as well. There are many different platforms that are available as content calendars. So if you go on to content calendars, and you can see you have Trello, you have other social media management platforms as well. But what I like to do is I like to use platforms like monday.com. So monday.com is actually a social media management platform, but if you're running a large scale content business, then it is recommended that you go with something like monday.com, which will enable you to have everything planned out in super detail. This will really help you in managing details. But if you want direct content uploading, so if you want to upload your content on social media, then you also have multiple different content uploaders that enable you to schedule content ahead of time, and then they will upload it automatically on the specific date and time, and you can use those as well. Now, if we go back onto Blogger or any of these other businesses that you might running, okay, you've broken down the steps, you have a working platform to organize your content on, you've organized the content. How do you scale after that? Well, you have to plan out your content for the next few months, and after that you have outlines, you have to create content, and then you have to hire writers, staff up your team, and repurpose old content. So let's say if I am looking for a new blogger, what I would do is I would go onto a platform like fiverr.com where I would find freelance writers, so I could find a writer. And what I like to do is I like to take a look at the different writers that are available, and what I like to do is after I find a few people that I think are pretty good at their job that would write good articles, instead of just choosing one without exactly automatically vetting them, I ask them to write a article for me as a sample. And then after they have given me the sample and I've picked out, I have like 3 to 5 picks, what I like to do is like to give them a paid sample. So I'm going to be paying all those 3 to 4 people the exact same amount of money, and I would ask them to write a article on the exact same topic. So it's a apples to apples comparison. This will enable me to see what kind of content they are writing or whether or not they are going to fit the overall pre-existing brand that I have created. And this will just really help you in making sure that they fit in with the current content aesthetic that you have. And you can find any other freelance content or freelance manager over here as well. So if you have a business where you have something like maybe you want someone for uploading new designs on your website, you're going to find anything that you might want. You can find, maybe if you want someone that create social media posts, you can find social media managers. If you want someone to create digital art for you, you can also find those. And if you want like a TikTok, like a social media specific manager, like if you want to create content for TikTok, then you can find specific editors that TikTok editing, especially for your videos. So that will enable you to scale content in a mass way and you won't have a bottleneck. So let's say if you're someone that is in the initial steps, you're the one that is supposed to provide the ideas for the content. Then after the idea process, what you're going to do is you're going to hand that work over to the next person that is supposed to create draft. The drafts person would head on over and hand it to the next person that is supposed to generate more ideas. So these are just some of the important things that you need to make sure. But after that, let's say if we go on to some of the details in a specific kind of content production. So let's say you have blog posts, webinars, videos, interactive, then you have middle formats, then you have blog posts, podcasts, infographics, then you have bottoms like testimonials, reviews, and demos. You want to make sure that your content is vetted in all of these different formats. Let's say that we have blog posts, podcasts, and infographics. These are low priority. And if you have bottom like cases, testimonials, reviews, and demos, these are going to be like total bottom priority. You're going to focus on these, but these are going to be last on your process because you don't want to waste time creating content that is not going to be as impactful as the other content that you have. And then you also have things like your calendar. Obviously, I recommend going for a platform like monday.com for your content calendar. You can also go with any other platform that is your own personal choice. And now I hope you guys found these tips helpful. Make sure to leave a like and subscribe to the YouTube channel. And if I left anything out, if you still have some questions regarding how you are supposed to expand your own business or your own content, then make sure to leave that in the comment box down below and I will try to help you guys out in any way that I can. So if I go on to a platform like Canva, I can create different illustrations for my content. I love using Canva for social media content like Instagram posts, like flyers, portrait flyers, illustration gigs as well. If you're looking to create content like this, then you also have Vecteezy. I'm just going to show you guys a few sources that I like to use for my own content production. Vecteezy really allows me to find any kind of photo, video for free. So royalty-free images and videos you can find on Vecteezy. You can go on to SoundCloud for free audios as well, and then you can go on to other platforms to edit that content. So you have a lot of online editors as well. If you're not going to go with Adobe, there are several available that you can find easily by a few Google searches, but these two are one of my recommended platforms for content creation of any kind on even blogs, websites. And if you're looking to create a website or blog, then you can definitely check out Wix for a free website. If you're just starting out and you're not sure about how you're going to get started and how you're going to scale your website, you can get started for free with this platform and then later on expand however you want. So that was it for today. Make sure to leave a like and subscribe to the YouTube channel, and I will catch you guys in the next video.